Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another fresh take. So you guys know that a little while ago I did my first book review slash interview. You can check that out with Becca Robinson and her book "It's Brave to Cry." Um, so I thought I would start back into my book review type deal, and what I want to start into this for this episode is comics. You guys know I am an all around geek, and comics are kind of a love for me. Started in the '90s with X Men, and I'm pretty much still a main X Men reader when it comes down to it. But uh, back in the '90s, there was a comic imprint called Milestone Media, and that's where you got your Static Shock, your Hardware, your Icon and Rocket, those books. That was mainly targeted toward people of black people, basically. So they recently had a resurgence. I mean, a lot of y'all probably remember the Static Shock cartoon from the early 2000s. His he actually got he actually came back. Static actually came back in Young Justice. I want to say season 2. I didn't watch season 3 yet. I need to go and watch that, by the way. But he came back in season 2 of Young Justice, and he's kind of been like one of those fan requested uh characters that people want to see, but DC hadn't got around to like bringing him back. But with the bringing back of Milestone, I wanted to talk about a couple of books. One, and if you check out your local comic book shop, you probably check this one out. This is Milestone Returns. This is like the basic book that actually has pretty much all the characters that they're talking about: Static, Hardware, Icon, and Rocket. And this is the book that actually sets most of those stories off. Now, the thing about it is these books are in seasons. So the first ones, for example, for Static Shock 1 and 2, it's season 1. There's 6 issues apiece. So basically, Icon and Rocket, Static Shock, they're all going to be 6 issues initially. Hopefully, we get more. I'm hoping, but I want to talk about a little bit about Static because I think people will enjoy Static Shock a lot. They take some liberties with what they did with their initial origin. They kind of try to modernize it a little bit. So instead of like in Static, when he got his powers, it was because he was at a gang fight. In this, he was at a march. So it actually kind of tries to modernize some of the elements of it, updates the characters so it'll be modern. One thing I do like, I will say about Static, I am loving the artwork. It's way better than what they did with New 52, as far as artwork and story, as far as I can tell. As far as I'm reading, uh, they're doing a good job, and I'm very interested in how they go forward with the story. At the end of issue 1, um, Francis or Hot Street, he does something that you're like, okay, dude, Static, you got to fight him now. They ain't no running, they ain't no backing down from this. And I like how in episode 2, in issue 2, they kind of like bring that back to the forefront, but they don't like immediately just like pass it off. They actually make it make sense. And I'm actually liking how they're doing the story as far as how the family is affected and all of this. It's actually really, really good, better than I thought it was going to be, in my personal opinion. Um, I'm really, really liking Static. I really am. So if you got a comic book shop that you can go to, I would highly recommend seeing if they have some and you can grab it. If not, I think you can order it from the DC Comics website. I haven't been on there in a couple of days. I should have did that before got on this, but I think you can order it through there if you don't live near a comic shop. So just go there and check it out. Like I said, I would highly recommend Static. Now, Icon and Rocket, they just had their first issue last Wednesday. Here's the cover for that. Now, Icon and Rocket, they pretty much keep the same origin that they did initially. Now, I didn't read this one in the 90s, but I did read a little blurb about the original origin, and they kind of keep it here where uh, Icon is basically a alien from another planet, came to Earth and crash landed via during the time of slavery. So he's pretty much kind of immortal. And the way they set the story up is basically Rocket is hanging with a bad crowd. She breaks into his house, and that's how she meets him. It's a very interesting little origin. It kind of got me thinking of where they can go, how they're going to change it. Because from what I understand, they're going to be changing their costumes. Because to me, honestly, their costumes don't really um, mesh with modern how stuff is now. So I'm hoping that they do change the costume a little bit, especially Icons. Because I never bought his. I never bought he'd wear that, but that's just me. Other than that, though, yeah, these are just a couple comics that I thought that people probably like. I am gonna do one more, but I'm gonna do that video for. I'm saving that video for Friday, just because I'm gonna make sure I get all my. I got to find the rest of my books. It's an independent comic, and I got to find all my books. I don't know where I put them. I was doing it this weekend and I can't find them. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, if you want to get into comics, especially if you are looking for comics with black characters in it, I think Icon and Rocket and Static are pretty much some good ones to go. I did read a article that Luke Cage is coming back in Marvel, but that's not coming back till October. I'm thankful for that because I did like the other Power Fist and Power Man and Iron Fist book that came out a few years ago. I liked what they did with that one, and I'm was kind of upset that one didn't keep going. So here's hoping that it gets a long run. But if you have any other book ideas or something you want me to look at, please let me know. Drop a comment. As always, thank you for watching, subscribing, supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to check out the Winging It podcast on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I will see you guys on my next book review. Peace.